Voiceover work can be very easy to find if you have a good reel. Most voiceover work includes animated movies, cartoons or video games, radio shows, commercials, television and film, educational, industrial, and book narrations, and internet media. There are a few specialties that a voiceover artist can have. For example, the all-American dialect. This is the most popular. All you have to have is a clear, concise voice without a trace of any accent or slang, similar to the news anchors. Character or comical voices, genuine accents that are not comical, for example, British, Australian, or urban American. Background sounds such as sneezing, groaning, running, or any other sound effects. Looping or voice dubs, which is an addition of new dialogue over already existing footage, generally used in foreign films. This is a big market for actors who can imitate celebrities well. In order for a voiceover actor to emerge successfully in this industry, he or she must have the following: a dynamite reel. Most voiceover artists usually don't go out to auditions. They either send in a CD by mail or email or have a website with sample voice files. Each artist must have something good to offer. You need to have a unique voice or be able to do multiple accents or characters. Many professional voice artists have home studios. Most producers love actors who have their own mini studio at home because they save money by not having to rent studio space. If you want to create an affordable home studio, you need to have the following. First, you'll need a fast computer with good processing power. Your computer should have a substantial amount of free drive space for saving large audio files. You'll also need a CD burner and a good sound card compatible with your computer specifications. Second, you'll also need a decent microphone and a pop guard. I suggest buying a unidirectional microphone. Omnidirectional mics pick up too much background sound. You'll also need to purchase audio editing software. Any software you decide to purchase should have the ability to create and render WAV files, MP3s, and AIFF files. A home studio will allow you to audition from home, but if you're worried that they'll take your audio without paying you, send a low-quality MP3 file rather than a WAV file. MP3s are smaller files that are easier to email.
If you're planning on working for the radio industry, you need a pleasant speaking voice and excellent verbal skills in order to become a successful radio personality. DJs, or disc jockeys, who are also known as board operators, introduce music, read commercials, and even chat with callers and celebrities. You'll need to learn how to run a show smoothly, be interesting, and connect with your audience well. Because songs, commercials, and talk shows have to fill a certain block of time, DJs must be extremely organized and work well under pressure. You must also be comfortable with isolation. A majority of the time, you're going to be working alone in a small soundproof room for about 8 hours a day, and most likely during odd hours. Get radio training. Learn about the equipment as well as the personality and stamina you'll need to succeed. This can be as simple as taking a seminar or interning at a local radio station. You won't start off hosting shows, but you can always work your way up the ladder. Most DJs start out by working at a college radio station. There's also a lot of schools that offer a broadcasting degree with an emphasis in radio. It's not always necessary to have a degree, but it will give you a great advantage. There are also a ton of sports radio and talk show stations, so learning the ins and outs of sports can increase your likelihood of becoming a successful radio announcer. There are a few crucial things you'll need to know once you've been cast for a role, such as what specific role you were actually cast for, when will you receive your script, the times, dates, and locations of rehearsals, the shoot, and wardrobe fitting sessions. Ask if you're responsible for bringing your own wardrobe. If so, ask what you should bring and what colors you should wear. your contract negotiation and rate of pay. Find out whether or not travel expenses are reimbursed and whether lodging and meals are included. If there's lodging or airfare, ask who will be making the reservations. If they promise to pay for the travel, make sure round-trip tickets and hotel rooms are purchased and given to you ahead of time. The last thing you want is to be stranded out of state because they went sour on their deal or made some type of clerical error. Before you make any commitments, make sure you add up all of your out-of-pocket expenses and compare the total to the amount of pay you'll be getting from the gig. If it doesn't add up to an adequate profit, think twice about taking the job.
By law, a child is not permitted to work more than a certain amount of hours per day, depending upon hot lights and other filming conditions. Check your state's local regulations to find out more information.
When you hear roll camera, turn over, or we're rolling, it means filming has begun. When you hear speed, that means that the audio is now rolling and being monitored. Never start acting until you hear the director say action. And don't stop focusing on your acting until you hear the director say cut. After the director yells action, keep a 5-second delay before you start your dialogue. This ensures that there are no cutoffs during post-production. The director will either use a boom mic, which is a large microphone held by a sound man placed above the actor's head, or a lavalier microphone, which is worn under the actor's clothing. If you're wearing a lavalier mic, just be careful that you don't make any sudden movements that hit or tap the microphone directly. Most production companies also use clapboards. Clapboards help editors match video with sound precisely by providing a slap sound with a visual image. And if a member of the film crew has a clapboard near your face, that means that the next shot will be a close-up. For continuity, always remember your position at the end of every shot. You'll want to make sure that everything matches up when they shoot the next take. For example, if you had your head turned right and your left arm up, take note of that. When they edit the shots, all your matching has to be in sync. There are a few different types of distance shots a director takes. He or she will be cutting you in one of many ways. By a CU or close-up, which incorporates the head and shoulders. A choker close-up, which is just your head. An ECU or extreme close-up, for example, just your eye or mouth. The head and shoulders shot. The profile shot, the side of the actor's face or body. The bust shot, which incorporates your waistline up. The MS or medium, which shows the pelvis up. The MLS or medium long shot, also known as the American long shot, showing the knees up to the top. The LS or long shot or body shot. The ELS, extra long shot or establishing shot, which is usually shots of the scenery. These are generally used to open a scene or show where an actor is in relation to the scene or other actors. The OSS or over-the-shoulder shot, generally having more than one person in the shot. The two shot, which has two actors in the shot. A three shot, which incorporates three or more actors. And a POV or point of view shot, a view seen through the eyes of the actor. Types of shot angles include eye level, which is a typical shot. Low angle, which is slightly below the nose. High angle, which is slightly above the nose. Worm's eye view, far below the subject. Bird's eye view, high above the subject. And canted or tilted shot, the camera filming on a tilt.